Welcome to the ThunderCast, your martial athletics podcast produced by the fans, for the fans, with your hosts, Russ Livingood and Jed Horton. We're bringing you the thundering word on the thundering herd each and every week, so keep it right here, because the ThunderCast is on the loose.
Thank you for downloading another episode of the ThunderCast. Russ and Jed here to give our usual 5 things and take you around the herd. Before we do all that, I want to say make sure that you are hitting like, subscribe, whatever it is that you need to do on your streaming device or for YouTube. If you're watching on video, whatever it is, make sure that you hit that so you will not miss an episode. We're doing at least 2 a week. Some weeks we've gotten up 4, 5, even 6 on busy weeks. So make sure to get with us for that content. Jed, it's been a busy week in herd athletics. It's been a busy week for you and I as we scrambled to get in here to the studio for this. Welcome yet again, sir.
Yeah, hey, glad to be here, man. As we talk about week in, week out, it's just there's so much going on, martial athletics. You know, you and I both have kids, and so that brings with it obviously a lot of busyness, along with full-time jobs. You know,
yeah,
just tend to get in the way a little bit too.
Those day jobs, those pesky day jobs that we have cause havoc. But hey, we got a good, quick show for you today. And we're going to get into all that. But first, I have got to bring you a word from our sponsors at Leasure Oliver PLLC. Who do you call if you are ever hurt in a wreck? If you live anywhere in West Virginia, Ohio, or Kentucky, that's Leasure Oliver PLLC. You can find them at 304carwreck.com. All right, Jed, I thought when I was first thinking of this, is this the week that we're not going to have 5? You know, what am I going to have to do? And I started looking, and man, there were at least 5. We could have talked about more, but I am going to have your company that your shirt shows right now, Ignite.link. I'm going to have them bring us 5 things every herd fan needs to know this week. And now, here are at least 5 things every herd fan needs to know this week. As always, brought to you by Ignite.link, the Tri-State's premier IT management team. All right, number 1, Peyton Ilderton from women's basketball, named a Servant Leader Award winner by the K. Yao Cancer Fund.
That's really cool. I haven't heard about the Servant Leader Award, but it sounds like it's it's definitely an award where somebody's done some pretty cool things, and servant leader is always somebody that you want your leaders on your teams to be your captains. Typically, the servant leadership style is fantastic. So can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, so October is usually the month that is associated with all the cancer. I don't want to say it's a celebration of the entities that help us, with fighting cancer and with discovering more about it. And this was just a timely thing. It happened right after we had recorded our episode last week. The K. Yao Cancer Fund has targeted Peyton Ilderton, who is not just a martial athlete, but from Southern West Virginia, and picked her out for her work that she's done on it. Also want to say just about this, it's not really to do with the K. Yao Cancer Fund, but with what I said of it being October and cancer awareness things. Yep. This Saturday, we are going to have 10,000 different pink rally towels for celebrating. This is not a thing that I'm just tying this in. And it's going to have an opportunity where they have signs where you could put who you stand for and who you cheer for and things like that. So if there's someone in your family or friends or circle or anything like that, you'll have that opportunity on Saturday. But Peyton has already been putting in the work and recognized for all that she's done. And I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's great.
Number 2, we got a time for kickoff for the Texas State game, which is homecoming, and that'll be at 3:30 p.m. on next Saturday, October the 18th. So this Saturday is 3:30. Next Saturday also 3:30. Jed, it makes for an early tailgate opportunity, as I'll say. The lots were opening 6 hours before that, so that's 9:30 is when the lots will be open on homecoming. So what do the fans need to do? Now they know the game time. All they have to do is plan and be there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't have a landing spot, we say it over and over again. If you don't have a landing spot, the ThunderCast tailgate is always an amazing, awesome choice. You never know who you're going to run into at a ThunderCast tailgate.
Yeah.
And heck, you might even make it on the live stream if you swing by at the right time. It's always funny to me. It's always funny to me how many people don't realize we're recording sometimes, and they get to cameo on the live stream. But it's always a good time, always good food, good friends, and a lot of never know who's going to swing by.
Yeah, I love when people, we're standing facing a camera and they walk between us and the camera, and it's like, what are you guys doing? Recording? No, don't worry about us. We're not doing it.
We're just hanging out. It's fine.
Number 3, Herd Golf Day has been set. This is the big fundraiser, the major fundraiser for the golf program. And this is going to take place November the 7th at Guyan Golf and Country Club at noon. And the details are you need to get with Teddy Klumper of the Big Green to register. And this will cover your cart path, your course fee, all this stuff. All it says is donation. So get with Teddy, talk to him. You can register a foursome if you have your 4 ready to go, or you could just say, hey, pair me with somebody. I just want to enter by myself, or pair me and my friend. Here's 2 of us. Hook us up with 2 other people. But you can do that, have a great time, and help the golf programs out.
Yeah, no, that's great.
This next one, man, I thought this was super cool. Number 4 is Hannah Toth has been named SBC Women's Runner of the Week. And even though that's cool in and of its own design, she has not ran the 5K in nearly 2 years. And she picks it up again, and this is her first time running in nearly 2 years. And the last time she set her personal best was at this Louisville Classic. Well, she beat it again. Her personal best there. So she likes this course, obviously. But what was cool about it was she beat her personal best by 68 seconds.
Wow.
Dropped it from 18 something to 17. I'm going to have it when we talk about Around the Herd. I'll have the exact number down here. But 17 minutes and something. She shaved a full minute and 8 seconds off, has not ran it in 2 years. So welcome back, Hannah Toth. It's such a very, very big thing that she accomplished there, and that was enough to get her Sunbelt Conference Women's Runner of the Week.
Yeah, what a way to come back. Come back and just crush your previous personal best. No, that's awesome. That's great. Well, welcome back.
And now we're going to say that we need her to run all of her times at the Louisville Classic because her number 1 and number 2 time has been there. Yeah, but really, really cool. Congratulations, Hannah. Welcome back. Like Jed said, what a way to come back. Jed, our 5th and final thing affects me and you as well as it does everybody else, but the Big Green membership drive is underway. Jed and I both happen to be on the Big Green board, and Jed and I are both going to be trying to be ambassadors to reach out and get people to renew or to sign up for the first time. And we've got some cool things to tell you about it. Jed and I just happen to be on opposing teams, though. We've got a little friendly competition going on, and So anyone watching or listening that wants to sign up, make sure that you get with me and not with Jed. In fact, make sure to tell them Jed's
How can
the
I
reason.
mute you? Hold on. Let me go to-
Yeah, tell them that you're signing up in spite of Jed. So give him negative
Right.
points.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, I didn't know that was a thing we could do. All right, now that I know.
Yeah. No, in all serious, you may hear from me, you may hear from Jed, you may hear from some others that are on the big green. And I've seen already, as this has become underway, people that are not on the big green board are just doing this and trying to reach out to people and putting it on social media. And it's needed. Number one, it's needed. We need to grow the big green. We need those numbers. But let Jed and I tell you right now why you that are watching or listening should join the big green. Number one, you're helping with scholarships, and that helps offset our athletic budget to where the athletic budget does not have to pay for those scholarships. Then that frees up things for facilities or for recruiting and all these things that you say, I wish we could do more. So this is your way to help. And you can do so for as little as $60 a year. It's $5 automatically out of your bank account if you so choose, or you could write a check or pay with card to do your $60 all at once. You can do more than that. That's the minimum. But Jed and I want to tell you that these herd perks that we've been telling you about for as long as this show's been on now, 3.5 years, we've been saying, hey, all these places around the tri-state that you're already doing business, you're getting these discounts, and these business owners are making it easy and beneficial for you to do. That is still true. But now they have opened up to national brands and over 380 different brands that you can use nationally to get your discounts. So if you're going to book a hotel, book a flight, you're going to a national chain restaurant, there's just all kinds of different things where your herd perks are now going to be part of this national program. So I've heard a lot of people say, I would do that. And yeah, I'm a big green member, but I don't really get the benefit because I'm only in Huntington once a year or something. And I try to go to Glenn's and I try to eat here and it gives me some of my money back. But, I wish that it was something that could help me nationally. Well, it can. So Jed, give them your pitch right now too on, how beneficial this is for them to join the big green.
Yeah, so Russ covered, I mean, the big highlights as far as being able to use the herd perks nationally now instead, and not just instead of, but in addition to being able to use it locally. But to second your point, Russ, we're all herd fans, and we know that you see how many herd fans come to football games versus how many herd fans are part of the big green. And at $60 a year, $5 a month, you're able to help a student help offset that scholarship, being a part of the solution. We have there's a lot of things that we're going to have to do to be able to continue to compete. We had the NIL come out not too many years ago. Now we have revenue sharing, abilities, right? For G5 schools, hate the term, like you said, G5 schools, but there's definitely a major budget difference between what we have at our school versus, a lot of the big players. And to remain competitive in sports, not just football, but in all sports, it's going to take some contributions and everybody pitching in and the perks offset. I mean, especially if you come in at that $5 a month, you're offsetting that real quickly. Even if you go up to the couple upper tiers, you're offsetting that as well. And maybe you've reached a point where you really want to, you're looking, hey, what do I have to do to get that parking spot? I want a killer tailgate spot now. I want lower bowl seats for basketball games, for season tickets. I want, that's where these different levels come in. And maybe you've not done this before. You've bought season tickets, you're a season ticket holder, but you've not really contributed to the big green or upped your level so you can get some of those. You have those perks as well. For better parking, better tickets, better, access to things, different big green events, that's for everybody. But, as you raise your tier, there's more opportunities for you. So, So if you need some help with that, if you have questions about it, you can reach out to me, Jed, Jed Horton on X. Jed at ignite.link is my email. If you're thinking about reaching out to Russ, don't. He's busy. But reach out to me. I can tell. Jed with Ignite Link can help you. But seriously, reach out to either of us. Reach out to the ThunderCast handle. Most everybody's following the handle anyway on Twitter. Reach out to the handle. It's usually KD or for us is on it. We're here to help answer any questions you might have. And now's a great opportunity if you haven't joined the Big Green or you've not been in the Big Green for a while, to join. And we can answer any questions you have on that.
Yeah, and we joke, but I'm going to tell you to reach out to Jed, and he can help you. And Jed's going to say reach out to Russ.
Yeah.
What's important is not this friendly competition to see who can get the word out to as many people as possible. What is important is that you get involved. You that are watching and listening right now, that you get involved. And here, this is straight from marshallbiggreen.org, and I urge everybody to go to this website, marshallbiggreen.org. It says scholarships, 246.2 scholarships for 430 plus student athletes. Now, those are covering, here's those athletes, over 430 student athletes from 38 states and 25 countries in 18 D1 sports. We are hearing all kinds of peers. Some are hey, we're jumping in and we're doing this really well. I'll bring up James Madison. I shared this on Twitter a long time ago, on Facebook a long time ago. They are now over 10,000 members. They have more than doubled in the last 4 years. They're since moving up, how many members that they have. And we don't want to be left behind. And on the other end of that spectrum, you hear about Louisiana and ULM and La Tech, who is joining our conference. The entire state of Louisiana collegiate universities are having budget problems where they may have to cut some of their programs. And if they cut enough of those programs, it's going to knock them out of the Sun Belt because they won't sponsor enough teams. So we don't want to be left behind, and we don't want to get in a situation like that. And that's why it's important. But this is a cost of $9.5 million annually for the scholarships that we do. $1.8 million annually is sports medicine, $700,000 annually, strength and conditioning, 1.1 annually of nutrition, and 1.5 million in equipment. And you can imagine all the other things that you say, I want us to do this, I want us to do that. Well, the money from the athletic budget has to cover a lot of these scholarships and these costs here because we don't have enough people taking advantage of these perks that you get for your donation. I can almost guarantee you before this 380 plus different brands became available on this, when it was just locally, that you could donate $5 a month and get your money back and possibly even make money by some of the places that you're already going. We mention it all the time. Go have a repair done at Tik Tok Tire or a service done. 15% of your bill can come back to you. It adds up really, really quickly. But now with 380 plus brands being added to it, and it's national things, look, we're going to have, you can go to this website and you can sign up and you can see those brands and everything. All you got to do is log in. But it's a no-brainer. You'll get your money back. And Jed and I are here to help, but there's a lot of other people that you may be hearing from as well, telling you why you should join. And we look forward to hearing you about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can't, plug the Big Green enough for the contributions that they provide to the university and to the athletic department. And then obviously to the Big Green members, those of you who are listeners that have been Big Green members, maybe for a month or for decades, big thank you and appreciate your contribution and support, because it goes a long way. It goes a long way. So.
All right, Jed, that does it for 5 things every Herd fan needs to know this week. Brought to you by that logo on your chest there, Ignite Link.
No, that's great. Always a good 5 things. There's always something to talk about. Ignite Link gets their money's worth week in, week out. So, no, great 5 things. Let's go ahead and let's quickly take it around the herd, Russ, and that is brought to you by Layer One Solutions.
And now, Layer One Solutions, your experts in business connectivity infrastructure, takes you around the herd.
All right, we're going to start with track and field. 8 set personal best at the Louisville Classic. With from our 5 things, Toth, aforementioned, a 68-second improvement being the biggest, obviously. She led the women, while Justin Lipscomb led the men yet again.
Yeah, he's led, I think, in all 3 events. I think it's 3 that they've had in the 8K. I had told you I would have that time. Her previous record was 18 minutes 57 seconds at the 2023 edition of the Louisville Classic in the 5K. 17 minutes 43 seconds. And I'm sitting here doing the math. And it says 68 seconds on the difference, but that to me looks like 74 seconds. It's a minute 14 seconds difference. The way I'm looking at it, I don't know. Maybe it's more than a minute. You'd knock a minute off, that would be 17:57, and then you got to go 14 more. So we said 68. The article says 68, but it also says from 18:57 to 17:43. But I tell you what, math be damned. No matter what, it was impressive. When you shave off a minute off of your personal best, that's pretty daggone good. When you shave off more than that, and it's almost a minute and a fourth that she's shaving off, that was really good.
Yeah, it's super impressive, especially when you're already running at that high caliber of speed, right? So like for me, if I go out and start running today, within a few weeks, I'm probably shaving a minute off my run, but it's like from 40 minutes to 39 minutes on a run like that. So. Not as impressive.
We had those 8 herd runners. I'm going to tell you, we Lipscomb and Toth that both finished in first for the Marshall team. They both did it. Here's the other 6: Brady Dawkins, not Garrett Ferguson, Maxton Sowers, Ryan Hughes, and Landon Brumfield for the men. And from the women, Hannah Weiler, we hear her name all the time. She was only 6 seconds off of Hannah Toth at 17:49. And Taylor Spencer also set personal records. So just really good showing. I talked to Coach Roberts the other day, ran into him. Our kids both go to the same school. And I just said, "Hey, Coach, how you doing?" And he was telling me about the time difference of, I'm going to butcher the time, so I don't even want to say it, but like 2 years ago, only 1 was below this certain time. And this time, like 12 were below it when they were doing their time trials. So it just shows you the exponential growth that we're seeing with that program. And hope to have him on, when we can. And we'll let him highlight more about the program, what he and all the other coaches under track and field are doing.
Yeah, and I always love those episodes when we're able to grab a coach, because we give it our best ever here, but nobody knows those teams.
That's right. Yeah.
Coach, so.
We're getting our info from these articles on Herd Zone, who does a good job of covering these sports, because they don't get the publicity, and you don't see them on ESPN Plus to be able to check it and everything. So we're getting this news. So these times that we can get a coach on and let them tell you, the watcher, the listener, here's exactly what's going on with the program. And it's always great.
Absolutely. Well, bumping on over to volleyball, they split the series with Georgia Southern, winning 3-2 on Friday, and then losing all 3 sets on Saturday.
Yeah, tough way, when you take it to 5 sets and you win, and then the very next day you lose all 3 sets. It's got to be it's a gut punch.
But they will be back in action at JMU Thursday and Friday, both of those matches being at 6 p.m.
Yeah, and already we've talked about new staff, a lot of new players and everything. but they're keeping pace with. It wasn't a step back. They're keeping pace with and maybe doing a little bit better than what they did last year. So it looks like they're one of these programs to watch over the next couple of years to see how much they elevate. And need to have that coach on too, Heather. Yeah,
And this is year one, right?
yeah, it's our first
Yeah,
year.
year one. So so you're just gonna be a little bit of growing pains with that,
Yeah, and there's been no drop off, like I said,
Yeah.
so far.
All right, we're going to go ahead and change it up and go over to baseball. Another fall game. There'll be another one as they will be in Athens on Friday to face Ohio at 2 p.m. So if you're in the Athens area or have an opportunity to just pop up there real quick, you can catch you some baseball on Friday.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that we won, but they don't really publish a lot on these fall ball games. But our first bit of action at the Jack, I was not able to go, but they did win. Heard some good things about the program over there. Love to get a look at some of the new faces that we're going to have. But Jed said it already. If you find yourself able to go to Athens or you're already in that area and can swing by, it'd be a good game to go watch.
Absolutely.
Get a little baseball in your life in October, which as a Reds fan, I'll never ever get to appreciate ever again.
Yeah. Well, keeping it with the Diamond Sports, softball has some fall action going on as well. They will be at Miami of Ohio on Friday at 3 p.m. And then they will host Glenville State at the Dot on Sunday at 1 p.m. So Sunday's your opportunity to catch you a softball game and get a little preview of these girls before spring ball.
Yeah, they also had 2 games last week, so they've been getting some action in. It's a fun time, man. If you're ever on the fence to say, hey, I've just not gone over there, go to the Dot. I promise you, this fall ball will give you a little bit of glimpse. But right now, it's still a free, non-ticketed sport. You can go over there, and half now of the outfield from center field over to the right field foul pole. You see people in the backs of their trucks literally tailgating. And then, people out in folding chairs and just walking around standing. And then all kinds of people up on the grandstand, behind home plate. And it's a great time. So get over to the Dot, man.
Yep, absolutely. Well, we're going to go ahead and take it over to women's golf. They finished 9th of 15 teams at the Pirate Classic this week. Olivia Cochan paced the herd at 2 over for a tied for 15th finish.
Yeah, her second round, she was 2 under, and she was 1 over in the first round, so she was looking really good there. It only went 2 over on the, 1 over on the third round. Or maybe it was 2 over. Yeah, it was, I don't know. Again, I'm not getting into the math, but anyway, her second round was her best one, and she was up there in the top 10 after a couple of rounds and everything. Still finished high for 15th. Great showing. Had 10 birdies overall for the 3 rounds, so really good.
Well, keeping it with golf on the men's side, they will be in Georgia for Bash in the Borough on Monday and Tuesday.
Yep, they had a pretty good showing at their last thing. They finished 4th, so let's hope they build on that and have another good meet down there.
All right, and jumping over to swimming and diving, they will host this week on Friday. They'll be hosting WVU, and that'll be at 5 p.m.
Yeah, and let me tell you, we're going to talk about it here in a minute, but men's soccer has a big matchup versus Kentucky, and it's Friday as well, but it's later. So you have an opportunity, since you're already going to be in the area, just cut 30 minutes or something off of your tailgate, your pregame for men's soccer, and please go over to the Fitch. inside the Henderson Center. You want to go either up the ramp or across the skywalk from the parking garage, go straight through the 4 doors, 5 doors, 6 doors, whatever it is, onto the concourse of the Henderson Center. And it's on the right. It'll just have it right on there. It says swimming and diving. Go through there. You're going to be in the upper levels. That's the bleachers to go up there and see swimming and diving. I promise you it's going to be a good time. And it's against West Virginia. So there's an incentive to go and cheer on our squad. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a good time, man. I hope everybody will take advantage of this, because there's a big game that we're getting ready to talk about. But you'll already be downtown. You'll already be on campus. You'll already be there for this. Go over and check it out.
Yeah, and it's just hop, skip, and a jump away from the vet, and you'll be able to get out of there in plenty of time to get you a spot and watch the herd.
Yeah.
So moving over to soccer, we'll start with the women's. They lost to JMU 4-1 on the road on Thursday, and then had a scoreless draw versus ODU at home on Sunday.
Yeah, and that JMU squad, I'm sorry, the ODU squad has only lost 1 game this year in 12 games. They're 7-1-4. So they have not lost a game in conference. So for us to get a draw in there and hold them to no goals, that was a brutal game, and brutal in a good way. Not brutal, hey, we got destroyed, but it was just a Herculean effort to be able to do that. JMU, no slouch, obviously either, and they took it to us 4-1 on the road. But looking at these 2 games, JMU and ODU, I thought that those were going to be 2 of our tougher games in conference and on the schedule for the entire year. And you get out with 0-1-1, you pick up points. It's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, and we're still on that trajectory. I mean, there's definitely been some bumps in the road, and you're gonna have those.
You only had 3 wins last season.
Yeah,
3 wins, and we have talked about, and Coach Samo's talked about on when he was on here with KD about hey, usually year 3, because you've got the cycles and stuff like that, and he's just like, why not year 2? And they have already. Bringing up the schedule here right now, they are 2-2-2 in the conference, 6-4-2 overall, 583 winning percentage. So doubled already their wins from last year. They still have a winning record, and getting a draw against a very good ODU team. Great effort.
And there's plenty of season left. I think you're going to see us perform well against some of these teams that are coming up. And we're going to notch a few more on that left-hand column, I think. So hopefully get a good stab at the conference tournament, getting a stab at getting hopefully a decent seed and making a little bit of a run. But they will be next in action at South Alabama on Friday at 8 p.m. And we're looking for one in that left-hand column.
That's right.
You heard it here first on the ThunderCast.
That's right.
One in the left-hand column. All right, keeping it with soccer, but on the men's side, they took it to Georgia State on Saturday, beating them 3-1. I think there was a little bit of fire in that game. Got a little chippy there, but a little bit of fire after that, coming off that loss to Georgia Southern. But dominated in that win, especially in that second half.
Yeah, that first half, I'm trying to remember the time, what minute it was, but they got a breakaway, and they went and scored. They scored a goal. Yeah, and it did not take long. We went down, and I think a minute and a half before the half or whatever, we go down and we get the equalizer, 1-1, and coming out in the second half, I mean, it was what, 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. We got that goal and never looked back. And then we were up 3-1, and Georgia State gets a red card. So, I mean, then, basically you're up 2 goals, and they did not stand a chance. So we just kind of dominated after they scored that goal.
Yeah, there was a little bit of I felt, especially in that second half, a little bit of fire. a little bit of more aggressive play, a little more aggressive style, working really hard to score some goals, and it panned out. And we dominated that game for the most part, top to bottom. So
yeah,
good.
got some new players, and you got a couple players back off of injury, and so maybe that loss to Georgia Southern, maybe that was the catalyst to get us to get into our groove, that Marshall groove.
Yeah, and we've seen in years past, it's when you get in these new players together and bringing players back, and there's a process that Coach Grassi does, and not going to pretend to know and understand it, but you notice these teams start to come into themselves around this time during the season, especially as we get closer to conference tournament and especially into the NCAA tournament, which I anticipate we get back into. These teams just get better at gelling. They get better and just crisper. I don't know if that's the right term to use, but these teams tend to get better over time. And I'm hoping that loss was a catalyst, because there was some pretty good looking soccer that second half of Georgia State.
Yeah.
Well, they will be in action again at the Vet on Friday, hosting number 19 Kentucky, which is always a tough game. That's always a good outside of that WVU game. I feel like that Kentucky game is usually a pretty strong showing attendance wise, and it's usually a battle. It's always a fun game. Always fun playing Kentucky. That game will be at 7:15.
We bumped up our ranking. We're up to 17, so it's number 17 versus number 19, and it's at the Vet, and that's this game we were talking about. It's a huge game. We need everybody there. We need them to be loud, and hopefully this is what's going to do it. If you're going to be coming in for the ODU game on Saturday and you're getting in town, make sure that you go by the Vet. If there's tickets left, we pack that place, and I'm sure there's going to be at least standing room. But number 17 versus number 19, and we really need a win. We get a win and not a loss or a draw, and we're probably shooting back up there closer to the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, come out and be loud, and those games are always a good time. And then you'll have another opportunity again. We will be hosting Oakland on Tuesday at 7:15 as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps up the Around the Herd segment, brought to you by Layer 1 Solutions.
Yeah, thanks to ignite.link, thanks to Layer 1 Solutions, both segment sponsors, and thanks to Leasure Oliver PLLC, who I always say has been here since day zero. Before we even put our first episode down, they said they wanted to be a part of this. And Jed came on not long after that. We got under a dozen episodes in, and Jed said, hey, I want to be a part of it. And what I always say is, you got these sponsors that are Marshall fans. They're right here in Huntington, and they believed in the ThunderCast, and they help us bring you the content. So if you enjoy our content and you enjoy doing business as a Herd fan with other Herd fans, make sure that you send your business to Layer 1 and to ignite.link and to Leasure Oliver PLLC or 304carwreck.com. So help our sponsors who are helping us and helping you as Herd fans get all this content.
Absolutely.
Well, Jed, thanks for another great 5 things and taking it around the Herd. And Jed and I'll be back with you next Wednesday, but KD and I will be with you a lot sooner than that tomorrow evening. This is Wednesday night as we record. Thursday evening, we are going to be doing our game preview for the ODU game. So we'll have that either late Thursday night or early Friday morning. So we'll see you in a couple of days. And with that, I'll say, whether you see us at the Vet, whether you see us at the Dot, or whether you see us over at the Fitch on Friday at 5 p.m., no matter where you see us, we're going to be saying, go Herd. It's the ThunderCast. And we'll see you very soon.